Hello and welcome to the Backstage Pass, theater tunes and tales from the Strand, your weekly look behind the curtain at everything happening here at the historic Earl and Rachel Smith Strand Theater on the beautiful Marietta Square. I'm Taylor Rambo.
And I'm Camilla Sanders. We're your partners in theater crime. Though don't worry, the only thing we're stealing is your attention.
Well, speak for yourself. But hey, we've got something new cooking this week. We're shaking things up with a brand new structure to keep y'all in the loop, make you laugh, and maybe even make you cry just a little bit.
We've got 4 new segments you'll hear every week. Spotlight on the stage for what's coming up. Backstage banter for the tea and chaos behind the scenes. Mission moment for those I'm not crying, you're crying stories. And mark your calendar for future fun you don't want to miss.
But before we dive in, a huge thank you to our 2025 presenting sponsors, the City of Marietta and the S.A. White Oil Company. Y'all make this magic possible. Well, hey, let's kick off with our very first spotlight on the stage. And let me tell you, this week, the Strand is greased up and ready to roll.
That's right, our summer musical Grease is in full throttle and better than ever. Performances this week are Thursday at 7:30 p.m., Friday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 3 p.m.
And if you haven't seen this cast light up the stage yet, what are you doing? We got Summer Nights, we got Grease Lightning, and we've also got You're the One That I Want. All of the hits and more.
And y'all, the costumes alone are worth the ticket. Teased hair, leather jackets, poodle skirts, it's like stepping into a jukebox.
Grease of the Strand runs through June the 22nd, and if you've got a crew of 10 or more, please call our box office. We've got group discounts for y'all.
Now, if you're looking for something a little more mellow before or after the show,
you can head upstairs to our second floor Lumiere Lounge where live music flows just as smoothly as the cocktails. This week on Thursday and on Saturday, we've got Misha Stefana tickling the ivories. And on Friday night, it's the Freeholders with their Piano Singers Spectacle.
And don't forget the rooftop. Booth of You has mildly aggressive folk this Friday from 7 to 11 p.m. Saturday, the rooftop is closed for a private event, but hey, if you want to throw your own rooftop party, give us a call. We know a guy.
Oh yeah. Hey, Chris. No, he's not here. But also on Wednesday, June the 11th, we've got a little family fun coming your way with The Incredibles on the big screen. We've got our sensory-friendly version at 10 a.m. and a standard screening at 1 p.m., complete with a live organ pre-show.
Nothing says classic movie experience like the Strand's Mighty Allen Theater organ. It is incredible. Get it? Incredible?
Oh, yes. I see what you did there. I truly didn't the first time you said it, and I truly did just now. All right, y'all, welcome to our next news segment, Backstage Banter, where we spill the tea, the glitter, and maybe a few prop mishaps.
This week, we're handing the mic to someone who is truly the heartbeat of our summer musical, music director Kevin Sanders.
We'll be sitting down with him in just a minute to chat about what it takes to bring a beloved musical like Grease to life, live instruments, live vocals, and a whole lot of moving parts.
And if you've ever hummed along to a show and wondered, how do they make this magic? This interview's for you.
Well, hey, Kevin, welcome to the Backstage Pass, Marietta's weekend at the Strand. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Taylor?
I'm excellent. And could you please identify yourself for the audience? Tell us why you're here today.
Sure. My name is Kevin Sanders, and I am a music director based in Marietta, Georgia. And I work a great deal at the Strand, music directing not just Grease, but several other shows and some of the series, such as the Strand Old Opry. And so I find myself here quite a bit working with quite a lot of people.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, we are so glad to always have you here and a part of the fabric of what goes on here at the Strand. But Camilla, why don't you ask him the first question?
Hello, sir.
Hi, Camilla.
So for our listeners, Kevin happens to be Camilla Sanders' partner,
Yes.
husband.
So this is going to be really fun interviewing because I feel like I've interviewed you every day for like 25 years. But let's get right to the questions. You're tackling one of the most iconic musicals of all time. How did you approach the music direction for Grease?
I wanted to get the fun out of this music because the music is all based in the 50s doo-wop style and, early rock. And there is a liveliness and lightheartedness to that style of music that's very appealing. And it's what's part of what makes Grease such a hugely popular and enduring show. And it will continue to be so. When you go back and listen to early rock and roll, that came out of the United States around that time period, it all has this kind of like peppy, almost effervescent, energy. Some of it's based in the blues and things like that. And I wanted to capture that, as opposed to, something that would be more, I don't know, that might just be a little bit more heavy or ponderous. I wanted to capture the lightheartedness that you find in the music for Grease.
That's really awesome. I mean, I didn't expect like a mini music lecture because you really gave some context on the background of it and everything. And as someone who went to music school, I'm actually a big nerd about that kind of thing and how you deliver that. So thank you for sharing those thoughts with me. But is there a specific musical number from Grease that is especially fun or challenging to bring to life?
So there's two that stand out. One is Grease Lightning. And it's just because Grease Lightning, to me, kind of it's not the emotional center of the piece. I think the emotional center of the show comes later with Rizzo singing The Worst That I Could Do. But Grease Lightning is probably the energy center of it. It's when you capture the T-Birds in all of their T-Birdness. Like, you don't get any T-Birdier than Grease Lightning, right?
There you go.
And it's the one that you can really feel the reaction from the audience once you play it. Once you hit that last bar, the audience really goes crazy.
Yeah.
But my actual favorite song in the show is Beauty School Dropout.
Mine too.
And I think it's just because I enjoy the comedy of it, and I love the Teen Angel character singing the piece. My favorite joke in the show is probably the reprise when he comes back in with the "Baby You Blew It" line. I laugh I laugh into the microphone every single time he sings it.
And if you could see it from this side, when he's kicking the wig head and he's singing "Baby You Blew It" at the same time, it's just really funny.
Yeah, so I think Beauty School Dropout is probably my favorite number.
The live band plays a huge role in this show, but also just a huge role in every show that we do. I'm so proud of the bands that you are able to put together here at the Strand. Can you share what it's like to work with the musicians and then also to bring them together with the cast to have a complete merge, I guess?
Sure. Let's see. Okay, so for instance, to put on Grease required a pool of 12 musicians plus me. Mm-hmm. So it's not a gigantic team, but it's also not like you're just doing this alone. You have a group that you have to get everybody coordinated on the same page at the same time. And then once you do that, I love working with creatives. I love working with musicians. I love working with actors. I love the feeling of all those talented people sitting together with one goal in mind and just going for it. And you can totally feel it when you've got the right people sitting in the chair at the right time. They will lock it up, and you can feel that energy. It's effervescent. It will bubble from the bottom to the top. And the audience will feel it. The actors will feel it. The listeners will feel it.
Nothing more inspiring.
It's my favorite feeling in the whole wide world. And that to me that's what it's like to work with musicians. Connecting them with the cast, there's another layer of complexity because the cast has other things that they have to do besides play music. They have to remember their choreo and remember their lines and make sure their head mics don't fall off and the wigs don't fall off. That happened, by the way. And, they've got a million other things to worry about.
Yeah.
And so your job in working with the actors is to give them the most solid feeling base that they can stand on while they perform the rest of the things that they have to do. Mm-hmm. If the music is solid, if the music is good underneath them, that will feel like bedrock to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they can really think about their lines. They can think about the nuance they want to put into it, where to take a pause, where to take a breath, where to get a little bit more emotion out of a scene or something like that. You've done your job and you've given the cast the best tools that you can give them from your end to do the best job that they can do. Yeah, no, I think it's a blast.
That's awesome. Well, we love having you, Kevin. And I do have to say, though, lastly, what do you hope audiences take away from this production?
I hope that they walk out singing, first and foremost, because that's what you want Grease to be. Is you want this to be, it's what it is to me. Like, I get home after I've played this show like twice on a Saturday, and I'm still singing it to myself. And it's usually Summer Nights or something like that, one of these really catchy tunes.
Yeah.
So since we're on the topic of Grease, just as a little aside, I heard a comment at the end of Sunday's show as I was walking out. Most people don't realize that you're the pianist when you walk out.
Sure.
They just, you just walk out and they just think you're in the audience. So you hear kind of unfiltered comments.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody made the comment, "Oh, they sure did play a lot of music that wasn't in the movie."
That's right.
I didn't like bother to, I didn't like stop and like talk to him about it. But Grease, of course, was a musical first. So what you're really hearing is you're hearing the musical with the movie songs added in. And I'm hoping that when people walk out, that they feel the joy that those songs added to it. And I hope that they just want to go home and keep on singing it. They want to come back and see it again.
Now it's time for a heartstring-tugging segment, Mission Moment. And this week, it's a big one.
Y'all, we were just awarded a $10,000 grant from the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation.
Yes.
It's really a huge deal. Only 15 organizations across the entire state of Georgia received this honor, and we are so proud to be one of them.
And it's going directly toward preserving the stunning historic facade of our beloved theater, the same one you see glowing on the square every night.
So Camilla, earlier today, I got to speak with one of our long-serving board members, and he told me that there were years when the Strand, they weren't even sure if they were going to make it as a nonprofit and reopening the Strand since the 2000s. And now he was just so excited to hear we're getting recognized in a big way across the state for preserving this theater for future generations.
Oh man, that hit me right in the heart.
And if you love this building, listeners, this community and the work we do, it's your moment to get involved. We'd love to have you volunteer with us. We would love for you to support us if you support the work that we're doing. And every volunteer hour, every show ticket, and every donation helps keep the dream alive.
Last but not least, it's time to mark your calendar, and we've got a special night coming up.
Oh yes, Camilla, I'm very excited. So on Thursday, June the 26th at 7:30 p.m. right here in the second floor Lumiere Lounge, you can join us for our first cabaret night. It's called If You Only Knew.
And this one's for anyone who's ever thought, they just don't get me. So basically everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's going to be starring Strand favorites Zach Phelps and Vicky Zuffoletti. And this night of music, storytelling, and some good old emotional catharsis includes a drink ticket, and there are only 30 seats total available.
Right. Get yours before they're gone. And yes, you must be 21 and up to attend. We're really sorry, high school drama clubs.
No. Well, hey, that's a wrap for this episode of the Backstage Pass from your local historic and nonprofit Strand Theater. But before we go, let's roll those credits. This show is hosted by Camilla Sanders and me, Taylor Rambo. Event information was provided by Amanda Costulas, Jackie Garvin, and Camilla Sanders. And editing and production is done by yours truly. Our theme music is Many a Slip by the excitedly calm Kevin Sanders.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow us on social media at Strand Marietta. for all the latest updates and behind-the-scenes fun.
And remember, the best and safest place to grab tickets to any show at the Strand is on our website at strandmarietta.org. Well, hey, we will see you next time right here where entertainment, history, and community take center stage. But until then, enjoy the show.